I know it's coming up here on the new year, and often I get interviewed about New Year's resolutions because these are the ways that people want to improve themselves. And totally, I favor self improvement, but as we know, they are notorious for failing, and people will make a whole bunch of them, and by the end of January, they've mostly given up on them all. Well, I don't want to tell people not to make resolutions, but do them maybe in sequence rather than all at once, because since you're trying to change yourself, if you make five resolutions, you're trying to change yourself five different ways. All of those take willpower. And so working on one detracts from your ability to work on another. So what I say is start with the easiest one and pursue that until you succeed at it. That will strengthen your willpower. I mean, the Victorians used to call this character building, but it really is true, and it's been confirmed in modern psychology labs all around the world, not just my group. So you'll succeed at the first one, and then when you're ready, move on to the second one and put the hardest one off till last. By then, you'll have perhaps uh, built up more strength so that you can succeed at that. I mean, things like quitting smoking are very difficult to do. But if you build up your self control beforehand, and there is evidence showing this, that people do irrelevant things to build up their self control, then they can do a little better at quitting smoking.
Well, I love that. Well, let's take somebody that wants to lose weight. Okay, they've determined. Okay, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in the New Year's, and and they've tried that. Maybe they've gained and lost, 20 pounds many times over their lifetime, right? And now they're at that place. They're wanting to use this free choice, this will they've created, maybe habits of eating that isn't supporting that. Where does a person start with that? I love what you said. Start slow. Like, so maybe it's day one. I'm gonna plan something different or do something different. I don't know what does psychology say about that? Because so many people fail. So many people fail with these resolutions.
Well, yes, if there were a clear way to succeed at at losing weight, uh, that would be well established by now. But we know it's. I mean, self control helps, but it's only moderately successful, even with that.
Right.
I mean, so to succeed at weight loss, I mean, for one thing, is to get rid of the temptation rather than relying on willpower. So you get rid of all the chips and candy and other fattening stuff. Um, but I think the way is to move toward a healthier eating lifestyle rather than I'm going to do a crash diet for 3 weeks and lose 20 pounds and then be done, in which case you'll probably gain it right back. But go, look for a more sustainable long term thing. Start by maybe pick something with your breakfast that's fattening and switch to that. Replace the sugar in your tea or coffee with the artificial sweetener, or learn to drink it without the sweetener. That will already help. That'll be step one. Uh, Again, if you want loss in a rapid time, um, the evidence for this is not very good. And the people who lose weight, again, we talk about this in the Willpower book, the people who lose weight tend to gain it back and gain back more than they lost. So
Inter-
the yo-yo dieting is
Interesting.
really hard on the body, and it's not something we're designed for. So you have to make a gradual plan to do it. And of course, now many people are going to these weight loss drugs, which seem to be quite effective, and we'll see if that holds up. But it's a lifetime
Yeah.
commitment. It seems that they can't. Uh,
Yeah.
as soon as they stop taking the drugs, they gain the weight back in most cases.
Exactly. Well, okay, so I think and that's science, right? So you go on these crash diets, you lose a little weight, and then you gain more back. You go on, a lot of times you go on some of these weight loss drugs. There's side effects to these things, so you lose the weight, but now you got something else to deal with. So I think what we're really talking about here is more the science of the mind, using the science of free will to start to really understand ourselves better so that we can make the changes that make sense, so that you're not maybe relying on something outside of yourself to fix you or make you better. There's a part of you that can tune within and start to understand, especially this topic about free will. And free will also, of course, impacts our mental health, our well-being. I want to get to that piece of this as soon as I get back from this break. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. The book is The
Okay.
Science of Free Will. And for my listening audience, The Science of Free Will by Dr. Roy Baumeister, Baumeister. For those that you are listening, you can roll it back and get the spelling, but that's his name. And I hope you'll pick this book up.